Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So it's going to be a slightly different video today. So I know things have been very higgledy-piggledy and kind of like up and down and things, and I thought the allotment needs a lot of work at the moment, which I'll go into, but I thought today, while I give it a really good tidy up, we can have a really good catch up as well, and I can just kind of explain what the situation is at the moment, why you've probably all been shouting at your screens telling me to do things a certain way and I haven't been doing them, and there's been specific reasons for that. So I thought today would be the perfect opportunity that while we do a big tidy up, I can go through everything and kind of go through how things are gonna look in the future, as much as I know how they're gonna look in the future. So yeah, we'll see how this video goes. I've turned up today and honestly I'm a little bit like disappointed in myself. It's really messy. I've only literally been here to water the polytunnel and a few little bits and bobs here and there, so yeah, it's not looking great. It's probably the saddest it's looked in a while, which is really sad for me to see as well. But yeah, it's been a rough few months, but I'm hoping today that we can kind of get it all like nice and neat again, feel like I have a starting point again, possibly like for next year and things, and then maybe I'll do like a little tour at the end rather than doing it now because it's an absolute disgrace. And yeah, so yeah, let's tidy up. We'll have a good catch up as we tidy up. I'm hoping that my microphone won't work, unfortunately. The ants are back. One thing I haven't missed is the ants. But my microphone won't work with my new phone, unfortunately. I completely just didn't realise. So hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully the audio will be okay. But we're just going to go with it, I think. So yeah, let's get on. I think I'm going to start off with cutting all of the grass down, making some really nice clear like pathways and things, so I can walk through without having to push my way through, should we say. I also want to try and just like get rid of some of these sunflowers, just because these ones are right in the way of the path, and I'm hoping that maybe that if I get rid of some of them, it might put a little bit more life back into the ones that will still grow, or still bloom, sorry. So yeah, I'm going to cut all the grass down first, and then we can get on with actually tidying up. Okay, so the strimmer has given out. Usually I can get the whole thing done, but because it was so long, it's not got enough power. Ugh. Anyway, that's fine though, because I got the majority of it done, so it's not too much of an issue, and I got like the main key like pathways done, so I'm pleased. I'm actually pleased with that. So do you know what, it might look quite gloomy today, but it's actually really, really warm. So we're just going to take it nice and easy, I think. But yeah, so now what I want to do is just go around the beds and just start taking out some of the bindweed, I think, because I think when I can see, or just start clearing them. So I'll quickly show you one of the areas. So this area here, I know for a fact that all of this underneath here is the pak choi, and I know majority of it has bolted because I can see where they were. So I'm going to pull this up, we're going to see what's going on, and then I'm going to start clearing this bed of the bindweed, because I know that this bindweed isn't as bad as what it looks. So, and then I do also want to take off, because I keep meaning to do this, take this cover off and take this bit of bindweed out here, because I know it's getting slightly out of control now and it's starting to actually go up the leaks. And I want to give them the best chance possible, because they're doing really, really well so far. Okay, I just had to pull the cover up because it was so in the ground. I've actually cut myself, but it's fine. It's like the tiniest of cuts, it just looks worse than what it is. So yeah, I think the best way to do it is just get straight into it. After 11 years, my relationship has come to an end, which is obviously very, very sad in itself. It does also mean though, this video might be a little bit stop-starty with like the trains and things because I'm not wearing a mic. But yeah, as you can imagine, it obviously has quite a big impact on the rest of my life. One of those areas being my allotment. I am actually not originally from this town. I moved here to build a life here on a temporary basis, hoping that one day the next move would kind of be to like the next big move would be to the countryside somewhere, preferably abroad. I always had the dream of moving to Italy, into the countryside somewhere. And yeah, so those that enjoyed my ant dance, the other video, you're going to enjoy this one as well, I think. But yeah, so at the moment the plan is that I am being bought out of our house, which is fine. I actually feel like it's a blessing in disguise. However, it does mean that I will most likely not stay in this town, which means that I will most likely have to give up my allotment, which is very bittersweet because I always knew that this was not a permanent solution. Obviously the permanent solution was a plot of land where it would become a homestead. So it just means that we are cutting or starting that journey in a different way, let's say. So I'm trying to think really positive about it. It's been a few months, but it's the reason why obviously everyone keeps telling me to put my fruit in the ground and I haven't wanted to, because I obviously knew that I wasn't going to get to keep this, or I wouldn't be keeping this plot. I still don't know what is happening with where I'm going to go. So the plan is that for the winter, I'm going to close everything down, kind of put covers on the beds and things to try and stop the weeds. And over winter, to give me just some time to think, process, write, before, because obviously if I want to rent, majority of them are 6 months or 12 months let, so I'm hoping that I can pick somewhere up just for a month or two even would be great, like an Airbnb or something, and I can come back next year and see what the situation is with the allotment and things. I'm kind of seeing it as the fact that it's happening over winter is a blessing, and I'm very much someone that believes in the divine timing, and that everything happens for a reason, and that we are all on our path at the right time. So yeah, that is kind of what the situation is. So I obviously don't know what's going to happen with the channel. I'm going to try and film as many videos as I can, leading up to that period, when I do move. So hopefully the channel will continue. It may just look slightly different, and then hopefully in the new year we can start moving again in a little bit of a new direction, let's say. But yeah, that's kind of where the situation is at the moment. I won't go into any more detail in regards to the breakup and things. That's just something I'd prefer to keep to myself. There is no drama. It is what it is. People move in different directions, don't they? So yeah. So another big part of the story is that I actually quit my job to focus on writing, because the last few years I've been really going through like a shift in who I am as a person, and I've always wanted to write. Fun fact about me is that I actually went to university to study creative writing in fashion. I know I'm not the most stylish of people. I am very aware of that. However, I have very fond memories of sitting with my mum at the kitchen table while she sewed curtains and pillowcases, and she fixed dresses, and she made a lot of my dresses, a lot of our fancy dress outfits. So yeah, it was more of like a textile love, I think, and I still have that, but it's just in a slightly different way of writing now, and I feel like I've done a lot of growing as a person, and I'm kind of just going more towards that way of slow living, and honestly, since I quit my job, I've been incredibly happy. Probably doesn't sound it right now, but I've been incredibly happy. It's the healthiest I've ever been. I haven't had a migraine in God knows how long, which has been amazing. And yeah, I just feel, apart from my knee, obviously, yeah, I feel like I just want to get out of the hustle, as they say. Now, I feel like I didn't want to risk everything, because someone else was relying on me and they supported me through a lot of other decisions that I made. But if I don't risk it all now, when there is no one relying on me, I don't have a mortgage to pay, when is the time? There's always going to be an excuse, isn't there? So I've got a few things in the works, a few little projects I'm working on, which is really exciting. It just energizes me so much. And on Saturday, which today's Monday, so 2 days ago, I actually went to Charles Dowding and Gaz Oakley's workshop at Charles's homestead, and just to be surrounded by so many people with the same interests as you, it was so uplifting. And as someone who doesn't seek out social situations, it's really hard. Sometimes it can feel really easy to feel alone in your interests and things. So just to be surrounded by people makes you that are just excited about the size of like crops, and not to feel weird that you're walking around barefoot. And honest to God, I cannot wait until I can get a bit of land where I can walk around barefoot and not be worried about eaten by ants. Oh, it's so nice. Yeah, it was just so uplifting, and it really gave me a boost of not feeling like what I was going after was so ridiculous, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm feeling really energized, which is why I really wanted to come here today, because I just wanted to go with the momentum of that energy. And I'm very much an energy kind of person, and yeah, I was just so grateful to be surrounded by everyone on Saturday. Just some of the most beautiful souls I've ever been around. So yeah, it was really, really nice. Just a little update on where we are. So I've just cleared out all of this bed, all of the bindweed from here. It makes so much difference, doesn't it? But you can see how much empty room there is. I don't think I'm going to get sweet corn off it. I don't know. There's one there. I can't see any others. So I don't think I am going to get sweet corn. Maybe one from here. I don't know. But I do need to clear out this back bit as well, I think. No, we'll do it now quickly. Next up on the list is this bed here. So there are some really great beetroot in here that I obviously want to keep. Things like the cauliflowers, they can all come out. All of the weeds, they can all come out. And then what I'm thinking about doing is just keeping it for beetroot and having this over. And I don't have to worry, I can take this down. So yeah, that's kind of the goal. And if we can get this all clear. So much better, so much better. So I know I've kept in a few because I'm hoping that they might actually go to seed, and then I can take the seeds from them, which should be fine. Some of the beetroot, as you can see, isn't big enough, but again, I hope that will go to seed and I'll be able to harvest some bits from there. Some of them are big enough, which I may pick some of them today. These candy beetroot never get very big, so I will pick that one today, and that can go in a salad for lunch today, which will be really nice. And then yeah, so I've just gone round and kind of taken out all the little bits really. The robin behind me, I don't know where he's gone, but he got so close earlier, it actually scared me, because I thought I was gonna, he came down here as I was gonna step, and I was so worried I was gonna stand on him, or her, could be one or the other. But yeah, pleased with that, looks a lot better. So I'm gonna take this off, pile that up, and then I can put this on. What I'm hoping to do is that I'll take some of the beetroot out, and I've got some more that can go in. So I actually bought these when I was at the course on Saturday, and these are the container wise modules, and I was looking at getting some of them anyway, and I thought while I was there, and I could grab them while I was there, I thought it would be perfect. They're so nice and sturdy. They're really thick, and I'm fed up of buying. Well, I don't really buy the cheap plastic ones. If I buy plugs, then I'll just use whatever that has come in. But the silicone ones that I buy, where are they? I've got 2 of these, and they're brilliant. They are really, really good. However, they're actually not that deep. And the holes in them, they dry out quite quickly, and they're really not cheap at all. They're about £15, I think this was, which is fine because they obviously last for such a long time. However, obviously, if they're not perfect or they're not ideal, then the price doesn't really match up with what you need it to, really, does it? I'm going to try and clear some of this area at the back, because I obviously need to store the bits in here. And as you can see, it's got very out of control back here because of the plums from the tree. So they should all kind of be coming to an end now. And then I can give it a really good prune before the winter hits. But I do need to get rid of this as well. I forgot my saw, didn't I? I thought I had one in here. Oh, I do. Yeah, it is. It's here. That's fine. So then I can hopefully take this to the dump today, get rid of that, and I'll just need to clear all of this up, and then I can do I can try and get some of the plums off of the floor, because that's what attracts a lot of the ants as well, is the stickiness from it. So yeah, let's try and get this area all nice and tidy. Okay, I found a box which will do for now, I think, that I can at least stack. But yeah, so going back to the catch up and things, I don't really know how, like I said, like with the channel and things, I don't really know what it's going to look like, but I'm hoping that I can still like go and visit places, like locations and things, and take you along with me. I think that will be quite nice. If that's not really something that you're interested in, then let me know. But I'm obviously working on a project which I'm hoping will be ready at the beginning of next year, fingers crossed. Well, I can at least start going into it at the beginning of next year, which will be nice. But yeah, as you can imagine, it's obviously not been an easy time. However, I'm very lucky that my ex is a very, very nice person. So I think one of the things which has been really difficult is usually people break up, don't they, because something went, like someone did something wrong, or I don't know, but that just hasn't been the case. And so I think when that isn't the way, you almost sat in like a limbo kind of stage of like, why have I done this? Like, how have I come to this decision when someone is a good person? However, I think you always know in your heart whether you're actually happy or not. So even with my job that I quit, it wasn't a bad job. I wasn't unhappy there. I just knew it wasn't for me. I knew it wasn't fulfilling me in my soul. And I think when you know that, there's no point carrying on, is there? Like, when I don't enjoy doing something at the allotment, there's no point doing it just because that's what the majority of people are doing. I really hope you can hear me because there's a plane going over right now. But yeah, I think you just know in your heart when something isn't meant for you. And as hard as it is, you have to be happy. Life is so short that you have to be happy in life. And I spent many a years not being happy. And I refuse to do it again. So yeah, some things are just, that's how it is. Okay, so I think this and the bathtub behind it and everything else, I'm just going to have to sort out another day because I am running out of time. I do have time, but I just really want to focus more on like getting the beds and things sorted. That can kind of be a day when I do that and the shed together and things like that. So yeah, I'm not too concerned about that, but everything is in here. I just need to figure out what to do with these little bits, but they can always go on shelves in here. It's not an issue. I've just cut the rest of the grass down as well, which is good. And then I've also just quickly gone round the trees area and just pulled out as many of the bits as I can from here. And then what I want to do is just try and take out as many weeds from the roses as I can, because it's getting a little bit messy now. So just from like the edges where I cut the grass and things like that, it's all kind of going over, and I just want to make sure that the roses have obviously the best chance possible. So yeah, I'm just going to go around and just try and take out a few of these weed bits. God, this is when I start to feel silly, because I've been looking for a front for my compost for ages. And I could have just used this. I do need to make it a little bit more safe because there are nails sticking out everywhere, but much better. So I'm just having a little look around and we're getting there. So I am running out of time. I'm just going to tidy up that area, and then I'm going to cut some of these sunflowers down. The big ones I will probably just cut off and maybe just leave them to like dry out a bit, and then hopefully I might be able to take the seeds from that and save them, and then I can maybe give them out as gifts next year, because the ones that come off of this, I'm sure last year I tried to eat them, but they were so bitter. I don't know why. I don't know if it was something to do with the sunflowers, or maybe I should have cooked them. I don't know. If anyone has any recommendations for the best way of getting sunflowers to be edible, or whether you have to grow a specific variety, please do let me know. Okay, we are officially done for today. There's obviously still a few bits that really need to be done. Excuse me if I've got like dirt all over my face. I'm filthy, and I haven't washed my hands yet, which isn't good. However, before we leave, I just want to take you around and show you kind of our new starting point, let's say, and how things are looking, because I know it's been a little bit hit and miss recently with the video. So maybe let's almost start this from scratch today, and we'll go from there, shall we? Okay, so the fruit cage is still as it is. Obviously a lot of things need to be potted up. The raspberries are okay, the one at the back, but this one, it really needs to be potted up. The blueberry needs to be potted up, and these blackberry ones as well. I'm actually going to give these a water before I go. I think this one needs to be potted ASAP, so I might come back tomorrow and just quickly pot that one up. The pumpkin patch is doing lovely, my pride and joy as of every year. So they're growing up here nicely. I do just need to get something, the weight is fine, but I need to get something to put in between here just to stop it running on the wire, just so it can get a nice strong skin on it. And I think sometimes it almost might attract disease, maybe, I don't know, but they're attracting a lot of the pollinators, which is nice. This always grows at the front, but I don't actually know what it is. I need to find out, but I always think it just looks really pretty, so I just leave it be. Sometimes the council come and tell me that I need to cut it down, and then I just leave it up to them to cut it down. Probably not ideal, but yes, I've got one here. I've got another variety coming up here, and another one coming up here. I actually think that they might be the same variety. I'm not 100% sure, but I've got one more here, and I don't think these ones are gonna do anything, but I'm really pleased with how it's coming along. The flowers at the front just look so lovely. They're really, really wild now, and I'm hoping that if I've got all like the allotment and things next year, I can use this lavender and maybe make some oils next year. I think I'm too late in the season. And then on to the biggest one of all, and I think this is called a Maxima. So I am slightly concerned about the weight of this one on here, but for now it's doing okay. The ones on this side, they seem to be dying off pretty quickly. I don't know whether they haven't got enough nutrients, I'm not quite sure, but I'm just going to leave it for now, I think. This part here, these are my beetroot, and they weren't doing very well, but they seem to be coming up okay now. So I am just going to leave them in. Oh, that looks like quite a big one, actually. I'm going to leave them in there for now, just for a few more weeks, maybe, until I have to bring them out. So I'm not too concerned about it. I am concerned, though, that I'm not going to get any courgettes this year, unfortunately. Last year, I planted so many, and I had so many left over, I couldn't get rid of them enough. And now, so this year I didn't plant as many, and they all either got eaten by slugs, eaten by birds, or they just didn't want to survive. So we'll see. Seen this patch, haven't you? So I'm just going to leave this bit of chard in here for now. It's doing really nicely. I'm probably not obviously going to get any sweet corn. I may get one, we'll see, but I'm just going to leave them in here for now, just to kind of do their thing. Also to try and keep the council off my back, because they get a bit funny about empty ground. We're going to have to speed it up because it is now absolutely chucking it down. I've got my leeks, celery, and I want to say Romanesco. They're all doing okay at the moment. I didn't get round to getting the bindweed up, but I've done enough of the rest where I'll be able to come back next time and make that my first job. These have all been eaten quite a bit, but I'm still quite hopeful that it should be okay. I am concerned though, because this was meant to be Brussels sprout, and it obviously is a broccoli. I might actually, I'll leave it one more day or 2 more days. And again with this one, should have been so it looks like I've actually only got 2 Brussels sprouts, which obviously isn't ideal. But I'll come and this is all just bindweed in here, so I'll just pull this out next time, I think. I'm not too concerned. One thing I am concerned with is I just didn't get any. I've got 2 parsnips by the looks of things, 3, 4, and I don't think they're going to be ready in time for Christmas, unfortunately. But I've got a few at home, so fingers crossed they might be okay. But yeah, a little bit disappointed. I was really looking forward to this one this year. Oh my god, that's a huge bit of bindweed. But yeah, then this sweet corn, this is the popping sweet corn. I don't really know. It's okay, but when I look at my neighbours, they're massive compared to these, so I don't think they're going to do very well. The rhubarb is obviously coming to the end of its season, so there's not too much going on there. But these are the green zebras, I believe. My tomatoes that have been outside have done the best this year. I think these were the broad beans, obviously not done great. Don't know what's going on with them, but I might pull them soon, because I'm worried that if this is disease, if it will affect the tomatoes. But they're doing really, really well. So I've got quite a lot from out here. The carrots are starting to come up. I'm actually just going to fill this whole bed with carrots, I think, now, and just kind of leave them to do their thing almost. The pigeons are out in full force. But yeah, really pleased with the tomatoes on here. They look absolutely lovely. So I've managed to get majority of the weeds out from here. I'm going to keep a few, and then I may even get a few tomatoes on here. I'm not hopeful, but we can hope, can't we? All of the beetroot are under here. These are being saved for seeds, fingers crossed, and hopefully some of the beetroot come up as well. I don't want to get rid of too much, because if the council do come round, they get really funny about empty beds. So I'm hoping this might keep them off my back a little bit. Then the sweet peas, I'll do these next time. I'll come and take the seeds off of these. The trees are doing really nicely. Fig trees doing really well. I'm so pleased with that. And I may even get 1 or 2 apples this year. but I think these ones I may need to take off just because of the weight. As you can see, they're bending the stems quite a lot, so I think I will just take them off before I go. But as you can see, I've just cleared all of this as well, and it just makes such a difference. I don't know if you can really see the difference on camera, but it really just makes everything look so much neater. This is another one I need to work on a little bit. I think it looks a lot worse because of where I've cut the grass down, but I'm so pleased with how the roses are doing. And then last but not least, to be fair, even this looks so much neater. Just looks so much better, doesn't it? I'm going to harvest a few bits from here today. These are meant to be melons. I'm very aware that I'm probably not going to get any off of that this year. However, I do actually have some crystal lemon cucumbers, which I'll harvest this one today. I've got so many coming up. I don't think these ones will, but I've got quite a few coming up as well. So I'm really, really hopeful with those. I've also got a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot, of the Anelka cucumbers. So I've got one ready to go here. I've got a few more up here. I've got a few here as well. I've got 2 more ready to go, and I've got one that is really, really good at the moment. So what I might do is just harvest 2 of those today. I'll leave that one on. I'm obviously not going to get any of the melons from there, but I'm just going to leave them for now. I'm also going to pick a few of these. I'm just going to pick this and this, but I think they're going to be, I might get a few more. This is the one that broke, unfortunately, which had another massive stem off of it, but it is what it is. It's fine. I think this year has been definitely a learning curve with the polytunnel, hasn't it, really? But I've got a few more of I think these are the chocolate habaneros, so they'll come up soon. I've got lots on here. I think these were meant to be, I don't know what they were. I can't remember, because I've actually got this one at home as well. And I've got loads on it at home. So I must figure out what it is. And I've also got a pepper that I'm going to harvest today as well. So yeah, all in all, really pleased with the polytunnel, just because I didn't think I was going to get anything from it. So it's always a nice surprise, isn't it, really? But yeah, so we'll see how things go over the next few weeks, few months. I'll keep you updated with regards to what's going to happen with the channel as much as I can. If there's any places that you think I should go and visit while I've got some time, I'm going to come out of here actually because of the ants are quite rife. But yeah, if you think there's anywhere that I should go while I've got time, please do let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for your support as well, and being patient with me at this time. It's really, really appreciated. I love this community so much, and what we're building is just, it really makes me, it just makes me so happy. So thank you all so much. And hopefully I shall see you all very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.